Welcome. This is our last Toys for Tots motorcycle parade show. With me is I'm George Lester Fortier, the current president. On the end is John Ragan, a very, very good member. That's two A's, R-A-G-A-N. I remember he got mad at me because I put in either once. And next to me is a special guest. This is Shawn Hollister. He's been a Toys for Tots member for how long, sir?
7 years.
7 years. And we finally, that's how long you usually got to be a member before he gets you on the show and you get to sit between us. I just want to let everybody know that. No, really, he works at Gold Eagle, and you make chemical supplies like cleaners.
Yeah, like stay-bill, heat.
Right. And I had the honor of going to his Christmas party, and they had collected many, many toys for the organization, and I just wanted to have a different perspective for the last show and let people know what it's like to get involved the way we do. First of all, it was an excellent party.
Thank you for coming, Lester.
I appreciate that. You had very nice people. They were all happy. I said everybody was happy. I guess you left all the sad people at home.
We are a very happy company. They are very happy to have you for the second year.
Yeah, yeah. And
they asked you to come back, too. So.
And the name of the owners are?
Bob and Rich Hirsch.
Yes. We're in the process of making I hope they're not watching, a plaque for them. I want it to be a surprise.
So much for the surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Because remember we had talked about that.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing for me for a surprise?
I recognize you today. No, just kidding.
You spelled my name right. Surprise!
But anyway, Shawn, I had invited him also to the city council meeting. I guess his nice bosses wouldn't let him go, but that's okay. Because I'm retired on purpose and he's retired on purpose, so we have time to do that. But I'd like to start off the show by showing you the city's proclamation, if I may. We were downtown at City Hall. We got there before 9 o'clock. We had the picture taken with our mayor, which the first time I got to meet her, a very, very nice lady. You know, do that, I guess. Okay. And we had a picture taken with our mayor, and then we went and sat in the city council meeting, and we watched them argue and fight just like at a Toys for Tots board meeting.
Just like our meeting.
Seen a couple people get kicked out because the big guys would complain. They sent bigger guys to tell them to leave, so it was pretty natural.
We have to get a couple of them big guys.
I totally agree with you.
At our next meeting.
And the last guy they kind of like asked to leave nicely, he said, I've been kicked out of better places than this. You remember that?
Yes. It was rather amusing, but on a serious note, we do want to thank the city. It was a wonderful proclamation today, which we'll be glad to show everybody. We may even reenact it here for your viewing and listening pleasure.
This is true. Are we ready? We're going to try and line that up a little bit.
All right, zoom it in there, see what we got.
That's number 3 zoom.
That's the biggest we can get.
Number 2, that's what pardon me.
Who's that bald with the guy with the pony?
No objection, so ordered.
That's the vice mayor, the mayor taking a break.
Anniversary of the Chicagoland Toys for Tots motorcycle parade.
That would be us.
Which is the largest of its kind in the world. 2019 is also the 72nd anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps Toys for Tots program. And whereas the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve coordinates the National Toys for Tots program with local units working in concert with communities and with recognized local social welfare agencies throughout the United States to customize each campaign to local needs. And whereas since 1978, the Chicagoland Toys for Tots motorcycle parade has conducted its annual event, first led by U.S. Marine Corps veteran Eddie Animal Wisniewski and 5 other individuals, eventually developing into a Chicagoland tradition involving tens of thousands of motorcyclists, with many other donors, volunteer workers, corporations, and small businesses, and officials of the private and public sector, all donating their time, energies, and money towards making a joyful Christmas holiday for children and organizations in need in the Chicagoland area. And whereas on Sunday, December 1st, 2019, hundreds of volunteers of the wonderful Chicagoland Toys for Tots motorcycle parade met at the Dan Ryan Woods Grove at 85th and Western Avenue on Chicago's south side, whereby they orchestrated this motorcade to the Bryan University on Chicago's north side. They were led by the Jolly Old Elf and thousands of toy-bearing motorcyclists to assist the U.S. Marine Corps Toys for Tots program. These brand new toys being delivered via motorcycle will eventually be distributed to needy children throughout Chicagoland in time for Christmas. And whereas the leaders of the great city of Chicago join the volunteers of the Chicagoland Toys for Tots motorcycle parade and the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program in the motto and sentiment that every child deserves a toy for Christmas. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the mayor and members of the City Council of the City of Chicago, gather here this 18th day of December 2019, call public attention to the Chicagoland Toys for Tots Motorcycle Parade's 42nd anniversary and the U.S. Marine Corps Toys for Tots program 72nd anniversary. And in that regard, we hereby declare that the first Sunday of December be known as Toys for Tots Day in Chicago. And be it further resolved that a suitable copy of this resolution be prepared and presented to the Chicagoland Toys for Tots Parade Organization.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the City Council. Every year we honor the Toys for Tots
That's Alderman Mitz.
members. And today we have several of them who've been with us all morning, before 9 o'clock. They were here.
Scott.
So I want to thank you for staying. We have George Fortier,
That's good. Get the old cameo there.
Wynn Fox, Scott, we have John Ragan, Bob Henry, Shawn Smith, Maynard Marsh, Tom Mantell, Bruce Rankin, and Kim Hansen.
She shared her name right.
We give them a round of applause for all the hard work. We really appreciate them on kindly taking up Western Avenue. And if you ever love, I tell you every year, seeing some motorcycles, I have a different respect for motorcycles. They're most beautiful motorcycles. And what makes them really look good is that toy that you have wrapped on them and all the costumes. What a way to get in the Christmas spirit. As a motto, every child deserves a toy. And that's why you see me being the red little Santa Claus today, because I believe every child deserves a toy. So as you know, we do have a toy box here in City Hall. Just remember you can donate to that toy box to make sure that you can just bless some child, somebody, somewhere. Because there are many out here who could use that service. Just be prepared and bring a little happiness and joy. So thank you all so much. Every year, look forward to it. And I really want to thank the City Council for all of you signing on to this resolution. This is the first time that it occurs for us, and you will have a copy for your file of all of the colleagues in the City Council chambers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President.
It was pretty cool.
It was very awesome. Very first time that the entire city council signed off, every alderman signed off as
Yes, on the back of the
co-sponsor.
sheets we have here, we'll probably talk about that a little later on in the show. But that one that was missing, go ahead, put it in.
Yeah, she was going to sign in, she just
They all signed the resolution.
accidentally omitted her signature, but she's, they're all signing
All
in.
50 aldermen know of us and support us completely. And we basically take over the city of Chicago that day. We like invade it.
Parties all over town and supported the organization and fundraising, employee raising.
But two things amaze me. Number one is people still think it's just a bunch of guys show up on Sunday and then they go. And the other thing is they had no idea it was an organization that you can join.
Right. I have people at work thinking it's just a one-day event. They don't understand what goes into
Right,
this.
we work all, we
and
find
how much
something,
money is donated and
time.
and time. And I remember that time, like must have been 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we got down to DePaul. It was a gentleman asking for change outside of Walgreens as we was coming in. And, you know, people was giving him change. And later on, he donated that change to us. And just to show he was on board for what we was doing and how much he appreciated what we was doing. That's what he said. It was real nice.
We were
That
at a
was very nice.
downtown,
That was very nice. Yeah.
we were at just the other end of it, we were at a downtown Christmas party in the front of a hotel down there, and very exclusive from that Irish family who had, guy died on a bike and he wanted to,
Okay, yeah.
we were his favorite charity, and so he they have a big thing, and they give us donations, and they give us everything that is, created that day. Fundraising.
Sweet.
I'm thinking of the word. Anyway, I'm an old man, I forget stuff. But even the bartenders donated their tips.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
wow.
Now, that's pretty cool when you think
That
about
is.
That's really nice.
It is
Of
very.
course, I'm sure nobody was counting them. I'm just kidding. But it was a nice thing, and it's nice how we go all over the place. Right now, I wish I had some pictures, maybe we have on our website, but our toy committee is working feverishly to meet the needs and demands of the city of Chicago to make sure all these people have a Christmas. They must have cycled, I don't know how many thousands of toys by now. You ever been down there, Shawn?
Yes, I have.
What was your first impression?
I was overwhelmed because I was just like everybody else. I didn't really know what went into that. It's such a big operation, and a lot of volunteers, a lot of people have to really come together to pull this off. And it's just not a one-day event. We just don't meet up and ride down Western for one day. That's just the beginning of it. We have to get all these toys in and figure out who need them. And that's a big process.
Get them
That's
sorted.
a huge process.
Get them collected up. Get them to that toy warehouse where they get sorted.
Yeah, we have a donated warehouse where we rent a warehouse. They give us one, and we have two doors that we can go out when they come in. As they come in, people are grabbing them, boy or girl, and how old, in certain boxes. So when the
Right.
people that are pulling the toys for a letter, they know where to go. And as far as the parade's concerned, there's only one given thing that we don't have to worry about too much. And what do you think that would be?
What?
would that be?
We're not going to get lost because we go on Western Avenue.
I don't know.
And
Give
we ain't
us
never
our
worry about
give
going
us
down
our
different
opportunity
streets.
sooner or later.
You ain't got to worry about going down. Everything else is changing. It's like a living document. Trust me. We had the city of Chicago helping the day before, like the Thursday before the run, or the Wednesday, I should say. It was Thanksgiving. But we had the big meeting with the city, and our parade coordinator, Jim Finello, had gone up and down Western Avenue. He called out the 5 or 6 places that were here at that meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
And just to see, and believe it or not, they took care of it.
They
you know?
did, and he was so happy
And them
that
plates,
the work got
yeah.
done and how good it turned out. And we always try to make it a safe ride.
This is true.
And what he did, and with the map, that map was brilliant, just to show everything. And the police, we can't thank them enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a great job.
We must have been pressed horses also, because last year we had 2 Chicago police horses.
Mm-hmm.
This year I think we had 8.
It was an 8.
And I could show you one of my shoes, and I could tell you there's horses there.
Yes. The live horses do one thing that the steel horses don't, right?
These are the ones you don't need a quarter for, you know. No, they were very well mannered animals, because all the noise and
yeah.
such, either they were deaf or they were very well mannered.
No, very well
It
trained.
don't seem like nothing bothers them.
Yeah.
They don't get rattled.
And they're great for crowd control. You know.
Yeah.
But we got to thank everybody that helped the parade. If I start naming names,
You'll leave somebody out.
I
You'll
will
forget
forget.
somebody.
But one thing I do not want to forget is I want you to personally thank Carla for me for her donation.
I will.
Okay, and her little note on the check. I'd like her to thank her for the help.
I will.
I mean,
and
smile. Did you see that?
I will, and I would like for my job to donate more toys, because it's a lot of kids that need toys on Christmas.
Well, you're now the official coordinator for
Yes, for Gold Eagle.
For Gold
I
Eagle.
am, and it started. I was in line with my daughter to turn the toys in, her 2 toys and my 1 toy. And there was a young man in front of me. He had a big bag like Santa Claus. He couldn't be no more than 10. I was like, what you donating all your toys? He said, no, I got everybody in class to bring a toy. In my 5th grade or 4th grade class to bring a toy. And this is what I collected, and I'm donating the toy for Tots.
Wow.
And I looked down and I felt really bad. And I was like, what could I do? I know I can do more.
That's great. Well, your company definitely can. They were not only were the toys well organized and boxed when I got there, but they actually helped me take them out to the truck.
I went to
And
get
I'm
my
sorry
truck.
I missed you.
Yeah, I went to get my truck. I came back. All the toys was loaded. You was
Yeah.
gone. They was like, oh, that's the left already.
I'm sorry. I thought you had gone. But I wanted to
No.
go back to the warehouse real fast because they had
I would have helped you. You had left.
We could have stopped by. The warehouse is working now, I'm sure. Tom and Gwen have a pretty good handle on that, and we have someone who just answers the letters, and they actually... let me put it to you this way. You become a member of this organization. Like Shawn here, his number is 1964. Is that you were born?
No, sir. That is my Toys for Tots number.
Okay.
I was born in 1971.
Well, forgive me. I couldn't work for the carnival. Kept losing all my teddy bears. It's terrible. But my number is 356. And what's your number, John?
I'm 1932, so I'm...
So if you know a family that's in need as a member, we expect you to vet them out. You let them write out the letter, a brief description as to why they need assistance. Doesn't have to be anything, the house didn't have to burn down. They got hit by a satellite or the earthquake. Maybe they lost their overtime or something. Should I pay the gas bill? Should I buy my kid a nice toy? You know what I mean? Something like that.
And
Boy
please
or
put your
girl.
Toys for Tots number on the letter.
And if you put your number on it, it gets taken care of immediately.
Yes, it will.
Okay? Otherwise, we have to do the correct thing and vet them out the best we can.
Go through all the rest.
And I think our organization, I can't say for sure, but people that do what we do, I think we lead the league and going right from us to an actual family. There's no
yes.
buffer in
Direct.
between.
We put
Direct.
the
Take
personal
care of,
deliveries.
Like community outreach centers, there's a few of them in Englewood we take care of because they have not only people in need, it's like a battered home for. I had no idea they had a home for battered children. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
It's not too cool when you see little 3-year-olds with black eyes and stuff, but I had been there and it wakes you up a little bit. At least when you're a little older, you got a chance. You know what I mean?
Got a fighting chance.
John, tell me about your Christmas experience. You ever have a bad one? Or were you spoiled as a child?
As a young kid, I guess most of the time I got
Used comic
some
books?
toys and stuff like that. Some cool toys. Things were good. Things were okay, I suppose.
Well, good for you. How about you, Shawn?
This is very close to me because I was one of the kids that didn't get a lot for Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to give the way I
And
can.
that's exactly that's how people are. They want to make sure. In other words, they know what those people are going through.
I know what they're going through.
Okay.
I was one at a young age.
And you'd be amazed how many people that can remember being helped by this organization when they were children.
That was
And
cool. We had some members join,
Right.
and they remember getting toys from the Toys for Tots
That's
when
right.
they was little. That was
That's right.
really cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That's right. I was at a meeting once, and I like to meet the people I don't know, kind of, sort of, just in case I run for re-election so they vote for me. No, just kidding. And I asked this one young couple, I said, why did you become a member? And she's looking at me, and she says, well, I was in a home for battered women, and I had my kids with me, and Toys for Tots made sure my kids had a Christmas that year. And says, now I'm in a position. She goes, oh, this ain't the guy. She goes,
Hey, the guy who
right. So that was kind of cool. But that's what we need. That's how we've grown. And
That's
after
how we grow.
42 years is a long time to be doing anything, much less an organization like this. We have to constantly adapt. We get different mayors. We get different rules. There's a rule you can't have more than 50 bikes on Western and anywhere in the city. I guess we
Oh my God!
get around that a
We
little
shattered that one. Well, the year before last.
bit. 70,000, they say.
2012, 2013 were both
I think
really
it was
big
the year
years.
before last. The weather was like 50 something. It was bikes. I don't know how many tiers we had that year.
I think the last bike left the woods around, 12:30, 1 o'clock. So that's an
Man.
awful lot of motorcycles.
Yeah.
Somebody actually took a shot of the parade going down Western back in the early 80s. And you can see the entire parade, which, opened up and
the
such.
line. Yeah.
It's amazing. But we did it. Nobody got hurt. As far as I know, the parade was safe. We had plenty of bathrooms. I heard no complaints. There's a few things. We had a debriefing meeting already, and I wrote down everything to make it easier next year. Something as simple as
Turn the
toilets
toilets
around.
around.
When you come out the door, you worry about getting hit by a bike. That's
Yeah, that was a big. That was
ain't
a
funny.
big. No, but it was
You got
something.
this big smile on your face and get run over by a bike.
Yeah.
It's gonna-
Yeah,
And then we had a bunch of pedal bikes donated, and the guy that, I'm not going to mention the company, I don't want to get mad at me, but they insisted on them being next to the stage. Well, if it's next to the stage, and we're selling donation buttons, they can't get up to the stage. So little things we got to tweak, and everything will work out fine. Everybody, I don't think anybody broke down as far as getting there.
And we did great with the merchandise. A lot of people at my job
Oh, yeah.
is asking about merchandise. How can I get it? Where can I get it from?
Well, does your job do anything in the summertime as far as charity's concerned?
I believe we do. We have they do a walkathon downtown, and they do that. And I would like to. I have never done that before, but
You can walk, can't you?
yeah, but I have never done it before downtown, and I think it's a 5K or something like that. But yeah,
Well, let us get involved if you can. We'll
I
give them
will.
raffle prizes or something.
I will keep you posted.
That's cool. Very cool.
I would like to point out another thing regarding
Yes, sir.
this morning's City Hall meeting. At the conclusion of the public comment section, the mayor took a second out to congratulate and thank Toys for Tots. In any of the times I'd ever gone down,
That's never happened before.
the mayor's never said a word during the
This
public
is-
comment section.
Right.
The public makes comments. They're not allowed to ask questions, and nobody on the mayor, nobody on the stage answers any questions. And in this case here, the mayor was kind enough to,
Right.
before concluding it,
She
to
runs a good
step
meeting.
in.
I can't remember the other mayors doing what she did. You start off with the pledge, they do the Pledge of Allegiance, of course, and then they had, like you're saying, the public segment or
Right.
whatever. They have a microphone set up. You remind me of an old union meeting back, when I used to work. You got to walk up to the microphone, you had 3 minutes to say whatever you wanted to say.
Yep.
And there were about, 7 or 8 people.
Yeah.
And then right after that, she had asked us to stand up, and we got recognized immediately. Of course, we had to stay for the rest of the time.
Yes, we got recognized, but they didn't do the
And we had a picture
proclamation.
taken with her. Let's not forget that.
Yes, very nice.
She made sure she shook all of our hands.
The mayors are getting shorter in the city.
I think we're getting taller. It's a good thing you weren't there. She probably would have shook your hand.
like
Too tall.
Too tall.
And she's a very nice lady. She's very, and she ran the meeting for the people. I guess you could watch it on a live C-SPAN feed. Someone was saying that city
I
council.
believe
meeting.
Jack
And-
Voss said he was watching it on,
Really? And you should consider doing that because she did an excellent job of running that meeting. I think better than our meetings. Just where you say
Well,
no.
they
Just where you
certainly-
say no.
they
kick
certainly,
it.
were very technical into the
Well, they
rules
were
of
kind of
order.
stupid. They had no idea what they were voting on. What
Yeah,
we
I know.
vote-
They got to be so far in on the whereases and what fors that they forgot which ones they were going for.
It was kind of cute. But she kept control and she knew what she was doing. She wasn't afraid to ask somebody in the event she may have gotten a little
Yeah.
off center, let's just say, off point. Whatever.
And she didn't let them get her off point either.
That's right. So let's show some. Look how fast it's. We got 3 minutes left, gentlemen. So we go on the website. Do you have anything else to say, Shawn? 7 years, you said?
Yes, sir. I rolled for 3 before you convinced me and talked me into becoming a member. I was just like everybody else. I just wanted to show up and ride and drop off a toy. But over time, I realized it was much more I can do.
And here you are, a TV star, a short 7 years
I wouldn't
later.
say a star,
Well,
but
this is the highest rated program in this building. That's what they told me. And we have access to
That's what we say
over
anyway.
2 million people. In other words, 2 million people can be watching us. And you can have watch it on CAN TV tomorrow, show your people at work. Maybe they'll give you a raise because,
I
you
doubt
said
that.
nice things about Goldie.
I doubt that.
And, let them know what's going on here.
But how many years have you been a member, Lester?
I think in the 80s sometimes. I've been on the board since 1999. That's a long time. I was a sergeant at arms. Then I was the vice president, and now I've been the president for the past, I think, 8 or 9 years.
How did you first become involved?
Like everybody else, I wanted to belong to something, I guess. I don't know. Ride my bike, it was a thing to do.
Did you know other members or somebody brought you in?
Yeah, people brought me in. My buddy Ray brought me in. He was here first. I knew a lot of the other people. There's only been like 5 presidents of this organization in 42 years. But a lot of board members, everybody's works together. We all have the same goal. We may have our issues, like at the city council meeting today, but we all are the type of people that remember what this is for.
It's all about the kids.
Okay, we got less than a minute for us to give out a few thank yous. Thank you to the city of Chicago and for all its support.
Yes.
Thank you to all the members, all the volunteers, all the workers who put in so much time and effort. That proclamation's for you.
For young people like Shawn next to me who become a part of the organization, now you get to tell their friends and you get to bring people in.
I've been
And then we have a
trying.
big group hug in the parking lot. That's all.
I've been trying. I've been
Yeah.
trying.
You tell them you can bring them on a TV show.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might scare them away then. I'm not trying to bring them in. That's
camera.
Make sure you tell them how long you spent in makeup today. They're gonna say how good you look. They can tell you, you know what, their makeup is pretty good.
Thank you, Can TV, for your support all season.
Yes. And again, we'll see you next year. This should be our last show this year, and thanks again for a very successful parade. And we're gonna make sure we satisfy as many children in Christmas as possible.
Bye-bye now.